Hello everyone, this is Dipali and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be talking about one of the most requested topics. Many viewers have requested to create a video on Employee Central in general to understand the different features that are covered in the Employee Central module. Employee Central is one of the biggest module of SuccessFactors and have vast number of features and capabilities. Today, I will be covering all the features that are available in SuccessFactors Employee Central along with relevant scenarios and details about when they are used. So I would recommend you to stick till the end of the video. If you have worked on any topic other than the ones shared in this video, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. I would accommodate those as well in the upcoming videos. This is a comprehensive list of all the sub-modules available in Employee Central and their uses. These can be enabled independent of each other as per the business requirement. I would provide a brief introduction on each of these topics as I proceed further in the video. Moreover, please also check the other topics in the playlist. Link for the playlist is provided in the description below and practice those in the test instance to enhance your confidence. If you happen to be new, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell icon to get notifications on my new videos. Please share this with others as well who can also be benefited. Without further ado, let's get started now. Let's start with advances. An employee can apply for an advance which can be recovered from his or her salary based on the policy of the company and the eligibility of the employee. Few examples of advances can be festival advance, higher study advance, and personal advance, etc. This amount can be recovered from the employee over a period of time in the form of installments according to the rules configured in the system. The system is capable of processing the advance requests from the employees and also recover the amount which is paid as an advance. The system can be configured to set the eligibility of the employees, and the employees can then apply and view this in the employee profile. The same is available for the admins in the managed data. Salary advances are very similar to loans. The main difference between salary advance and loan is the number of installments. Hence, non-recurring deduction pay component can be used for salary advances as there is only one installment rather than multiple as in the case of loans. Moving further to alternative cost distribution. Cost distribution can be enabled using the alternative cost distribution feature. This is used in cases when the cost for one single employment needs to be distributed to various cost centers. Irrespective of whether alternative cost distribution is enabled in the system, the cost centers for non-recurring pay components can still be enabled. This allows to assign a cost center to the employee which is different from what he is already assigned to. Spot bonus is a good example as the bonus is hooked to a cost center other than what is on the employee's profile. Maximum 12 cost centers can be added for one single employment, which can total up to a maximum of 100%. And if the total is less than 100, the remaining percentage is deducted from the cost center foundation object, which is added for the employee. The main cost center can also be added as part of alternative cost distribution. Apprentice management. Technically speaking, an individual whose internal training, on-the-job training, and instruction is managed in apprentice management (AM) is called an apprentice. Apprentices can be assigned to a group or a school as well. This is done to manage apprenticeship plans efficiently. Apprentice management store the start year and end year along with the start date and end date of the apprentice. Other details like mentor details, any specific notes and status of the apprentices are also stored in the apprentice management. Training events for apprentices are categorized according to certain event types, like on-the-job training, which is a practical experience of the work the individual is an apprentice for. Internal training. An internal training event is a training such as a course or any other event such as a social project that is conducted within the business. School. This is the training course provided by a school external to the business. Business Configuration UI. Business Configuration UI, also called as the BCUI, provides an interface to edit the succession data model, which eliminates the need to work with the XML. The succession data model can be updated using the BCUI as an admin in order to perform the tasks like changing the labels for the elements, adding or changing translations, enabling fields, changing the display sequence of fields, changing the visibility of fields, setting fields to required, adding custom fields, and defining the rule settings or rule assignment. Next comes the business rules. To determine the outcome of a change which is made to a particular data in the system, we use business rules. They are used to add application logic on a certain data. Rules can be set to trigger certain actions when data is added, changed, or deleted from the system. Rules are built on a certain logic which is usually in the format like if a data is changed in a certain way, then the system reacts in a particular way. Business rules can be configured which can cover the requirements like the legal regulations. For example, the FLSA status is required for the employees working in the USA. Company policies, for example, a compensation for a high cost of living is provided to the employees when they move to, say, for example, the European office, and other company specific requirements as well. These requirements can vary from customer to customer. They also depend on the objects and fields that are available in the system. This is the main reason that the business rules cannot be delivered out of the box but have to be highly configurable because the requirement of every customer is different. Business rules can be configured to create such customer specific rules. Next is the check tool. There is a detailed video in the playlist on the check tool which can be referred for more information. The link for the playlist is provided in the description below. When the system does not work as expected and we want to find potential problems and errors in the configuration or data, SAP recommends using check tool before calling support about an issue. This tool can quickly identify these types of problems and tickets to SAP can be avoided, as they would cause unnecessary delays. Tickets can be created for severe issues, but in severe cases, the check tool can be used to export the results of the check and configuration for support, hence saving a lot of time of the support engineer who now has something specific to analyze. Checks are available for a lot of applications, but not all. The list of applications for which the check tool is available should be referenced before using the check tool. The checks can be used only if the relevant application is installed and activated. Running the checks provides the list of issues in the configuration or data and the severity of each issue along with the solution or a recommendation to address the issue. Company structure overview. To view the entire structure of the company in a chart format, the company structure overview can be set up in the instance. Company structure overview helps to specify the relationships between various hierarchies and entities in the company. Individual employees and positions can be searched for within it once the company structure overview is up and running. The organization can be viewed from a structural perspective in the company structure. Details about the independent entities like legal entities, business units, divisions, departments, etc. can be viewed here. This gives more flexibility in planning, displaying, and modify the structures within the Employee Central. There is a detailed video on how to create the company structures within Employee Central. Please refer to the playlist. The link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Compensation. An objective way of rewarding employees based on the performance and retaining valuable employees is called as compensation planning. It focuses on how a company allocates salary, bonus, stocks, and one-time lump sum disbursements. Employee Central captures two major kinds of information. One is the organization pay and job information, and other is all the employee information like personal information, address information, biographical information, and much more. Compensation can be implemented as a part of Employee Central to store the compensation data for the employees and also as a standalone module in SuccessFactors. If compensation is implemented along with Employee Central, then the data in the compensation plan template can be fetched from Employee Central itself. Moving on to concurrent employment. Concurrent employment can be created for an employee by creating one or more secondary employments for an employee. It is created for employees who already have a main employment. When employees have multiple employments, only one of it is classified as the main employment and rest all are classified as secondary employment. Main employment can be changed to a secondary employment and vice versa if need be. But at any given point in time, only one of the employments can be as the main employment in the system. Keeping both employments differently is valuable in other modules like talent and performance feedback processes, as the feedback can be different for each employment. A unique user ID is created when an employee is assigned to a secondary employment, like in the case of global assignments. This ID is unique for this particular employment and cannot be assigned to any other user. It is important to note that the conversion of employee to contingent worker and vice versa is supported by the system. Contingent workforce management. Independent professionals, temporary contract workers, labor hires, contractors or consultants are all referred to as contingent workers. They deliver services to an organization on a non-permanent basis and are also referred to as non-payroll workers. In most cases, the companies are not aware of where their contingent workers are located, if they have received the necessary training or not, and how many of them exist as part of their organization. This is because the contingent worker data is kept out of the core HR system. This creates a lot of extra work and unnecessary burden on the managers to manage the contingent workers using multiple systems, different processes, and no single access point. To solve this problem, contingent workers are made visible. This allows the organizations to perform capacity planning. Even the managers can manage them using one system and same processes. Country and region specifics. The Employee Central is used to store two kinds of information. First is the personal and job information of employees, and second is the company information. Both these kinds of information can be country or region specific as well. The required fields, formats, and pick lists are listed for each country or region. This information is primarily defined in the CSF succession and CSF corporate data models. Data object tables. The Employee Central stores different types of data. This data is stored in the form of tables. Each table has a technical definition associated with it, like the fields available, their data types, etc. These tables have customer-specific fields as well, which are listed usually in the last rows. These fields can be customized to use in any way that we want. These can be used if the objects which are delivered do not have all the fields needed to satisfy the requirements. The data can be of three main categories, which can be further subclassified. They are: first is the foundation object tables. This in turn consists of three categories: organization objects, job related objects, pay related objects, and other objects. Objects like business unit, corporate address, cost center, department, division, geozone, legal entity, location, and location group all comes under organization objects. Job classification and job function comes under job related objects, and pay related objects consist of frequency, pay calendar, pay component group, pay grade, pay group, and pay range. Other objects like dynamic role assignment, dynamic role, event reason, workflow configuration, workflow contributor, workflow CC role, and step approver are also the part of foundation object tables. Next is person object tables, which consist of address, biographical information, dependents, direct deposit, email, emergency contact, global information, national ID information, payment information, personal information, phone information, social accounts, and work permit information. And last is the employment object tables, which consists of compensation information, employee information, employment information, global assignment details, job information, job relationships, pay component non-recurring, pay component recurring, pension payout details, and termination information. Moving on to deductions. Deductions can be made from the employee's salary in Employee Central. They are classified as items which are deducted from the gross income. This reduces the amount of income which is subject to taxation. These can be done on a one-off basis or as recurring items. Deductions can be categorized as various expenditures, investments, and payments, voluntary deductions declared by the employee, and advances or loans. Contributions to pension accounts, medical insurance, charity donations, and interest on loans for higher studies are all different examples of deductions. Dependents. Employees can have dependents, for example, a spouse or children. Dependent management in Employee Central is used to add and edit dependents of an employee. Accompanying dependents can be tracked when dependents management is used in combination with global assignments, and when it is used with pension payouts, it is used to track the beneficiaries of the employee. Dependents for the employees can be maintained in the dependents block. Information can be added about the employee's dependents. Based on the status of the employee, the dependents block shows fields that are applicable. To add further information about a dependent, edit details can be selected. Details can be added for only one dependent at a time. Information can be tracked about accompanying dependents for host employment. A history record of dependents can be inserted, edited, or deleted. Document generation. Official documents from work are needed by employees from time to time for their personal or professional use. For example, proof of employment, compensation, proof of address, and others are all examples of different documents that are needed by employees quite often. In order to produce these documents in a timely and efficient way, document generation feature is used. An HR admin can create new documents and edit the existing templates as per the needs of the company. Moreover, he can also send these documents via email or download them for an employee upon his request once these are generated in a format such as PDF. This helps the employees and managers to download and email these documents using the ESS and MSS self-service scenarios. Imports. This is an effective strategy to manage the HR data in the company. It is a unique solution which is used to maintain the employee records accurately, which is one of the top priorities of HR administration. Employee record keeping has a deep impact on talent and growth management of the organization. Using the import features is considered as a sound strategy at the time of cutting over to SAP Employee Central. Tasks like bulk importing new employee data to the system, migrating existing employee data from an on-premise HCM solution to Employee Central, or managing large-scale changes to HR data can be efficiently performed with Employee Central imports. Maintaining all sorts of information is not feasible due to cost constraints. Hence, Employee Central imports facilitates maintenance of employee data. Integration with SAP ERP. The screens from SAP ERP system can be integrated with SAP SuccessFactors Employee Central user interface. There are different choices of how to integrate UIs, which depends upon the specific use case. Employee Central UI can be integrated with SAP ERP using Manager Self-Service MSS and Employee Self-Service ESS. UI integration using the payroll information page or the payroll block within People Profile in Employee Central. UI integration using the Configure Custom Navigation Admin tool in Employee Central. UI integration supports different deployment options for Employee Central integration with SAP ERP. They can be core hybrid HCM or side-by-side HCM. Global assignments. Employees can be sent on a global assignment to another company using the Global Assignment Management function. Global assignment for an employee can be added in the system by the administrator or the manager. There is one home and one host employment for the employee after the global assignment is active. Employees who are on global assignment are also called as expatriate for the time of the global assignment. The home employment is usually marked as dormant to indicate that the employee is away on global assignment. The employment remains active even if it is marked as dormant. Concurrent employment and global assignment cannot exist at the same time for an employee and vice versa. This means that if an employee is on a global assignment, he cannot be on concurrent employment, and if he is on concurrent employment, he cannot be on global assignment. Global benefits. It is an integral part of Employee Central. Employee Central is an integrated HR core suite of tools available in the cloud. Global benefits is a global framework which is robust, flexible, and legally compliant. Employee Central is helping the markets all across the globe. Benefit patterns are supported by Employee Central on a global level. The patterns of benefits offered by employers ranges from allowances like meal or fuel allowance to reimbursements like telephone and internet or child education fees, as well as insurance, pensions, and other retirement and saving plan arrangements. Benefit patterns could be like allowance, reimbursement, insurance, retirement saving plans, other benefits, and deductible allowance. Managing employment. The employees can have various types of employment during their life cycle in the company along with their standard employment. They can have a concurrent employment or a global assignment. Employees can be easily managed in the system by adding multiple business rules. The 4 different kinds of employment that an employee can have are hiring. The hire process consists of adding an employee into the system once the company has found a new employee that fits and the recruiting process is over. global assignments, which I have already discussed above, concurrent employment. In case of concurrent employment, an employee can have one main employment and multiple secondary employments in the system. A concurrent employment is a second employment for an employee in the same company. Pension payouts. For the purpose of managing the payout of a pension to an employee or their beneficiaries, a separate employment is created which is called as pension payouts. This can be created and saved for currently active employees and also for retired employees who are listed as pensioners in the system. Metadata framework. New applications in the solution can be built using this platform. It can also be used to modify out-of-the-box SuccessFactors applications that have been built using MDF to fit your client's needs. Existing Employee Central entities can be extended easily using MDF. Customer extensions for partners and customers can also be built. Customer objects and the related application logic can be customized as needed to meet the client's needs using MDF. The internal application team of SF uses MDF to build their applications end-to-end. Database object definitions, object relationships, and object hierarchy can be created and managed using MDF. Workflows, rules engine, and reporting are tightly integrated with the metadata framework. MDF also integrates with role-based permissions. RBP is the recommended security layer for SuccessFactors HXM suite. To secure your customers' objects and data, RBP roles can be leveraged. MDF objects are exposed for integration in two ways. First is through common object OData REST APIs, and second through reports in the ODS Inform reporting tools. MDF also supports data import and export. Mobile. The most popular mobile platforms in the market, which are iOS and Android, are supported by SAP SuccessFactors Mobile. The productivity of the entire workforce can be changed by moving to mobile. Customers are taking good advantage of the mobile application all over the world. The mobile application is not just a way to expand access to HR systems, but also an opportunity to enable people to work differently in a multi-device, multi-screen world. Mobile learning, along with SAP SuccessFactors Mobile, gives employees the ability to learn, collaborate, and coach at their convenience, even when not connected to the internet. The application is available to download in the Apple App Store and also in the Google Play Store. Access and permissions for the learning features in the mobile app are based on the SAP SF Learning Access rights. Payment information. This portlet is used to maintain the complete set of payment information in an effective dated manner and as per employment. This is MDF based and is on the personal information page of the employee profile. An example could be global assignments, where HRs need to maintain the payment information on the profile. The HR administrators and employees can maintain one main bank account as default for all kinds of payments such as regular payroll and bonus in the payment information portlet. There can be different or more detailed payment information maintained for different kinds of payments. The employees can access the portlet by navigating from employee self-services to my employee profile, and from there to public profile. They will find personal information. Administrators can access the portlet from employee profile and navigating to public profile personal information. Payroll can cover multiple aspects like SuccessFactors Employee Central Payroll or the integration of SAP SuccessFactors Employee Central to SAP ERP Payroll. Pension payouts. For the purpose of managing the payout of a pension to an employee or their beneficiaries, a separate employment is created which is called as the pension payouts. This can be created and saved for currently active employees and also for retired employees who are listed as pensioners in the system. Possession management. A number of things become easy by using possession management. Like possessions can be created and maintained online with appropriate controls. Possession category like regular, part-time, intern, and so on, current incumbents and previous employees in a particular position can be stored and tracked. Headcount management can be configured to suit the needs. There could be strict possession control versus non-budget driven process. Requisitions can be opened in recruitment with the required position information for to be required positions. Succession management can be integrated with the employee central positions to plan the successors based on the existing position hierarchy. To create job postings for contingent workers, position management can be integrated with SAP Fieldglass. Service Center. It is a support solution that provides a collaborative interface between employees and their HR organization. It provides a quick way to get answers to the HR related questions for the employees and for HR service representatives. Service Center provides a unique solution for providing answers to different queries. Employees have access to a searchable, customized, context-sensitive knowledge base with the Ask HR view. The Ask HR view can be configured to get answer for the queries. HR Service Center can be contacted directly by creating a ticket, making a phone call, or sending an email if the employees cannot find the answers in the knowledge base. Time off. One of the two major modules of time management is time off. It is designed as a paperless tool that tracks when employees are not at work. Employees are enabled to request time off and managers to view these requests when time off is implemented. A number of regional laws and regulations are supported by time off. These laws should be taken into consideration at the time of implementing time off for a specific location. There are multiple videos on the time off related topics like creation of the work schedules, time off, holidays and holiday calendar, and time account types, along with a generic video of how to apply time off in the playlist. Please refer to the playlist for more time off related topics. Link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Timesheet. It is used by the employees to record their working times. Employees submit their recorded time to an approver, which can either be a manager or an HR administrator. The recorded working time is sent for further processing after approval, typically to payroll or to a type of time account. A basic setup and the implementation of the time recording scenarios that are required by any organization are needed in the implementation of time recording. If you want to learn how to fill a timesheet, please check my video on timesheets. The video is in the playlist. The link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Workflows. Well-defined workflows can automate business processes and ensure data quality. Employee Central has the full capability of automated approval processes. These processes control the changes to import data related to employees and the corporate. For example, a workflow can be set up to manage the changes to the compensation information of an employee. When a manager changes the compensation data for an employee, the corresponding approver for such changes receives a request to review and approve the change. The change will take effect for the employee only when the change is approved. Workflows can be set up for other data changes, for example, leave requests and promotion. The key configurations involved in a workflow in the system are approvers, triggering of workflows, and notifications. Visa and Permit Management. The Visa and Permit Management solution is an extension to SAP SuccessFactors Employee Central based on the SAP Cloud Platform. There are certain organizations that hire expats or are required to have employment legal permits. Visa and Permit Management is a tool to support such organizations. Provisioning settings. To set up SAP SuccessFactors module for a customer, we use provisioning. It is an internal tool used by professional services consultants and partners. Each customer instance can be accessed from within provisioning. A number of initial configuration tasks and settings need to be performed in provisioning to get started with the customer implementation. As the implementation progresses, more provisioning settings can be made based on the requirements of the customer. Moving on to data models. Data models are used to set up the system in a way that satisfies the customer's requirements. How a company's organizational structure is reflected in the system, and what entries a user can make to set up a company, person, and employment data is defined in the data model. Customer-specific fields can be added in the data models, and the standard fields can be renamed as well in the data model. Some of the data models which are used in SAP SuccessFactors HCM Suite are the corporate data model. The company's organization, pay, and job structures are set up in the corporate data model. There is certain set of data that is used throughout the entire instance of the customer. This data is referred to as the data model. Succession data model. The data structure of data that relates to the people working in a company, such as their compensation and address information, is set up in the succession data model. Next comes the country or region-specific corporate data model. This data model is used to set up the fields that are specific to a single country. It might be needed in scenarios where the company has locations in more than one country, for example, to define the corporate address fields for each country. Another data model is the country or region-specific succession data model. This data model is used to set up international formats and fields, for example, for addresses and national IDs. This data model should be set up even if a company operates in only one single country, as there can be scenarios where employees might live or come from a different country. The data models are XML files that can be adjusted according to a company's requirements. These XML files already have standard elements and fields included in it. So only those parts of the data model should be adjusted that needs to be changed. The already existing XML coding in the data models can be used as a guideline to add or modify the fields and formats as per the requirement. Picklist Center. The information that gets displayed in a drop-down menu is determined in the pick lists. It allows to restrict the values that can be specified for a particular field. The master pick list can be downloaded from the help portal under Implementation Master Pick Lists. Pick lists are quite comprehensive. Pick lists should be modified with caution as a single pick list is used across all modules. New pick lists can be added in the system. The already existing pick lists can be modified as well. The employee status pick list has few restrictions. The label of the pick list can be changed, but additional status types cannot be included in the pick list. The master pick list is available in XLS format on the help portal under Employee Central Implementation. This file should be saved in CSV format before uploading it to SAP SuccessFactors. This can be done by using any spreadsheet editor. The three kinds of pick lists that can be used in Employee Central are ECV2 pick lists, which are also referred to as the legacy pick lists, MDF pick lists, and cascading pick lists. Next comes the event reason derivations. Rules can be created that define the event reasons according to what change is done to an employee's data, so the system automatically selects the appropriate event reason. If necessary, the employee's status is updated depending on the event reason. These rules are usually only created for job information and compensation information. The event reason derivation rules can be created using business rules. The user has to manually select the event reason from the UI every time the user makes a change to the employee data that is linked to an event if the derivation rules are not created. Since the employee's status depends upon the event reason that is selected, selecting the event reason every single time is time consuming and more error prone. There is a provisioning setting which should be enabled. It is called as Enable Business Rules for Event Reason Derivation. Select the event reason derivation rule scenario at the time of creating the business rules. This restricts the base objects and set condition of the rule and hence can avoid configuration errors. Workflow derivation rules. Well-designed workflows can automate business processes and ensure data quality. Workflows provide the capability of automated approval processes that control the changes to important employee and corporate data. Workflow configuration derivation rules can be configured with an appropriate base object such as personal info. The field wfconfig must be set with an appropriate value of a workflow. The workflow is triggered when the conditions defined in the rule matches. It is possible to assign a workflow derivation rule at a country-specific field or object and also in the CSF SDM, but no workflow is created because the system does not read the rule. Any foundation object can be used to create a workflow, including event reason. If event reason derivation rules are used, the rules required for the workflows can be created in the corresponding XML file. Another important topic is role-based permissions. Role-based permissions or RBPs can be used to control access to who sees what with regards to the employee information. It is a platform to grant different levels of read or write access depending on the role of the employee. For example, an employee is only allowed to read their own compensation information, but an HR admin is allowed to edit as well. These kinds of permissions can be defined by managing the permission roles. The permissions and roles granted to the users define the blocks that they can see in the employee profile. User permissions and admin permissions are two permission categories. These are then further subdivided, for example, into employee data or miscellaneous permissions, etc. The list of permissions associated with the selected category is displayed on the right side, and in some cases it is further divided into groups. The HR information section contains groupings for biographical information as an example. There are videos related to the RBPs in the playlist. Please check the playlist. The link for the playlist is provided in the description below. HRIS Sync. Human Resource Information System Synchronization is the sync of data from Employee Central to user data tables when you have Employee Central enabled. Employee Central is the core HR system of record for SAP SuccessFactors. EC is the repository of data which is effective dated. It is used to manage employees within an organization through their complete life cycle from hire to retire. Some offerings in SuccessFactors, including the user directory, use data from the legacy data tables. This data is updated using the UDF, which is the user data file. To make sure that the data in Employee Central is also written to the legacy tables, the HRIS sync is run. This also ensures that the user data is consistent across all the modules in SAP SuccessFactors HCM suite. A job is set up in provisioning through which the HRIS sync is achieved. The HRIS sync job can be monitored using the scheduled job manager in Admin Center. Based on how the job is configured, the sync could be a full HRIS sync or an incremental HRIS sync. People profile. People profile is another very important topic. People profile is the latest UI version of the employee profile feature and for SAP SuccessFactors Employee Central. It provides a user experience based on SAP Fiori design standards. All customers should use People Profile as per the SAP recommendation. Most new features and enhancements on the employee profile are focused on the People Profile. It has a modern user experience which is consistent with other SAP applications. A person's entire profile can be viewed and edited with it on one simple consolidated page and hence enabling to quickly find the needed information and take immediate action. It also has a responsive layout that adapts to the size of the display so that it's easy to use on any device. People Profile includes an easy drag and drop configuration tool for administrators. The data to be displayed on the page header can be selected and how the content is organized on the rest of the page can be controlled using the People Profile. RBPs control the ability to see and edit employee data on the profile. Moving on to advanced reporting. Advanced reporting in Employee Central consists of the pre-delivered standard reports. The standard reports can be copied and adapted according to the company's needs. The resulting data from these reports can be easily exported. This data can then be reused in other tools or applications such as Microsoft Excel. Advanced reports can be roughly classified into multiple categories like benefits, compensation, for example, advances overview, recurring and non-recurring pay history, and alternate cost distribution. Employment information such as employee register, employment changes, headcount and FTEs, new hires, terminated employment, and so on. Payroll, for example, payroll results report. Personal information such as challenged employees, dependents, and contact information. Position management, for example, position details and position overview. Time off reports such as absence overview, time account overview, and time account snapshot, and workflow information. The reports are clustered into bundles under a technical category like basic, which is a subset of standard reports used by all EC customers. These can be easily implemented. Advanced is a subset of best practices and templates. These reports needs to be adjusted according to the specific needs of each customer. Country or region specifics, subset of country or region specific reports. Employee Central Payroll. Employee Central Payroll is based on SAP's on-premise payroll engine and delivered in a hosted environment. The core engine of ECP is the same as the SAP on-premise payroll engine. It is a separate product from a development, support, and licensing perspective. Just as the on-premise payroll solution needs personal administration for the employee indicative master data, similarly, Employee Central Payroll gets all the data from Employee Central. Employee Central is the system of record. All HR events are managed in Employee Central. Payroll relevant data is replicated to payroll via point-to-point integration. It can also be maintained in Employee Central using UI mashups. Manage business configuration. Business configuration UI allows the user or the admin to access the succession data model as well as the country or region specific succession data model from the UI rather than having to go through provisioning. Proper permission should be provided to enable the business configuration UI for the user or the admin. The business configuration option in admin tools feature in provisioning should be enabled for this option to be available for providing permissions. Business configuration UI or BCUI eliminates the need to work with the XML by providing an interface to edit the succession data model. The succession data model can be updated using the BCUI to perform tasks like changing labels for elements, adding or changing translations, enabling fields, changing the display sequence of fields, changing the visibility of fields, setting fields to required, adding the custom fields and defining the rules. Data protection and privacy. Purge data blocking. Data blocking is only available for completed workflows, both for HRIS workflows in Employee Central as well as for MDF workflows. This means for workflows that have the status as approved, rejected, or cancelled, only the users with the correct permissions can view the completed workflows. Read audit. Field can be marked to be flagged for the read audit. They can also be flagged as sensitive, which masks them on the UI. In both cases, fields can be added to the HRIS elements in the business configuration UI. This helps to prevent that a log is written every time that UI is accessed. It is important to note that attachments cannot be tagged as sensitive information. The system will not show the block if an error occurs for a field with an attachment. Change audit. This includes both effective and non-effective dated entities. Events. Events are occurrences that span the various stages of an employee's life cycle from hire to retire. The event sets the user status. Technically, events are defined in pick lists. Events are pre-delivered by SAP SuccessFactors. New events cannot be created or the existing events cannot be changed. We can only change their labels. Event reasons. Event reasons are defined by the customer. They are used to define more specifically the reason why an event has taken place. Multiple event reasons can be created for an event. For example, the event is termination, but the reason for termination can be many. Technically, event reasons are foundation objects. The admin can create event reasons in the Admin Center, manage organization pay and job structures screen, or by mass uploading data using a CSV file in the Admin Center, import foundation data. OData API. The Open Data Protocol, OData, is a standardized protocol for creating and consuming data APIs. OData builds on core protocols like HTTP and commonly accepted methodologies like REST. The result is a unique way to expose full-featured data APIs. OData provides both a standard for how to represent your data and a metadata method to describe the structure of your data and the operations available in your API. SuccessFactors OData API services based on OData version 2, v2.0. The HCM suite OData API is SuccessFactors Web Services API based on OData protocol, intended to enable access to data in the SuccessFactors system. The API is data-oriented. This API provides methods for CRUD-style access like create, read, update, and delete. The API is best used for frequent or real-time requests for small amounts of data. Large data requests are better handled by batch FTP processes. This OData API is used to configure entities. Each SuccessFactors module can be accessed using its own set of entities. Integration Center and Intelligence Service Center. The Integration Center is used to build, run, schedule, and monitor simple integrations. The most common export and import use cases are simplified using the Integration Center jobs. A guided workflow can be used to build the integrations quickly and easily. You can create your own templates along with using the predefined templates that are available in the Integration Center. Both file and web service based outbound integrations are supported in the Integration Center. CSV, text, XML, and EDI stacked formats are supported by the Integration Center for file-based integrations. Integration Center supports SOAP and REST outbound integrations for web service-based outbound integrations. CSV-based inbound integrations are supported by Integration Center. You need to go to Admin Center. In the Tool Search field, enter Integration Center to access it. Customized file extracts using SAP SuccessFactors OData APIs catalog can be built. All modules which are part of SuccessFactors Business Suite like Employee Central, RCM, Talent, etc. are supported. OData API is used to retrieve data from SuccessFactors database. By default, the OData API only retrieves active employees. It is not possible to output one-to-many relationships with flat file formats like .texts, .csv, XML, or EDI stack output types should be used. Integration Center integrations can be subscribed to intelligence services events as well. Integration Center based integrations are triggered whenever the intelligence services events occur. Moving on to the alerts and notifications. Employee Central alerts are period or time-based triggers based on specific conditions that create a to-do alert or send an email notification to the user with a configured message. Notifications are predefined messages provided to employees or administrators that specifies an approaching due date. This triggers a reminder for the user to take appropriate action that is required before the due date, or in some cases it is after a date. Typical use cases for alert or notifications include end of a probation period, end of the contract, retirement, expiry of work permit, etc. Each of such alerts requires business rules to determine the conditions to send out a reminder. The reminder can be in the form of an email notification, an alert in the to-do take action tile, or both email and alert. This IDP shows typical business scenarios needing alerts and notifications with business rules in an efficient way. The document helps in understanding the jobs for alerts. This will also recommend on how to avoid some common mistakes during configuration. Data migration. Consider a scenario where an employee central system is set up and data needs to be migrated from an existing SAP ERP HCM system to Employee Central. After the migration is complete, you switch from using SAP ERP HCM to using Employee Central as the system of record for the migrated data. The organizational data and the employee data can be migrated from SAP ERP HCM to Employee Central by using the comma-separated values CSV files or web services by executing a series of steps. A one-time replication of data is carried out that refers to organizational units, jobs, and positions, including the relationships between these objects, and of data that refers to employees from SAP ERP HCM to Employee Central. The Delta-enabled web service transfer mode can also be used. Last but not the least, instance sync. Instance synchronization is a means of copying the configuration of multiple SAP SuccessFactors instances. This enables to push new configurations from one instance to another, such as from test instance to production instance. Templates, competency libraries, route maps, etc. can be copied using the instance synchronization tool. To copy configuration settings from one instance to another, several instance synchronization tools are available. Instance synchronization wizard can be used to set up and run new sync jobs. Manage sync packages page can be used to view, edit, and run previously saved jobs. Instance synchronization monitor tool can be used to monitor sync job status and view sync reports. Configuration settings are pushed from a source instance into a target instance. These can be selected as per need. This is called as the push model in instance sync. Configurations cannot be pulled from the source instance into the target instance. Artifact level permission control and synchronization across different data centers are supported by the instance tool. The system can be set up to support either one-way or two-way synchronization. Choose one instance as the source and one as the target in a one-way sync. In a one-way sync, only the source can initiate a sync, not the target. Both instances can be a source as well as a target in a two-way sync. This allows them to copy configurations back and forth. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope it was helpful for you. Do remember to check my other videos. Link for the playlist is provided in the description below. You can click the link you see on the end screen as well. Do comment in the comment section if you're looking for any specific topics in the Employee Central area. See you soon in my next video. Thank you and bye for now.